Using a low raking light is a fantastic tool that anyone can use to quickly find scratches, unwanted glue, high spots at adjoining pieces of wood, etc. Check it out. Okay, I don't know if this will show up on camera very well, but I've sanded this panel preliminary, and I'm trying to find any low spots that I've missed. And you can use sunlight, or a strong light like a halogen light will work good, but sunlight is ideal. And essentially what you're trying to do is create a low raking angle, or a long shadow is actually what you're trying to do. And that effect magnifies, there's a low spot right there. I don't know if it shows very good on camera, but it magnifies those low areas, and then I can go back and touch those up. So hopefully that helps somebody. All right, here's another situation. First of all, I wanted to show you this. Magnets on my dust shroud. That clips on right there. Boom. Then I have this little cradle for my light because I use it that often. Yeah. This is a superb example of a low raking light. This time I have the light behind the piece that I'm sanding, but I can quickly register parallel to make these little chamfers on all these aluminum pieces. Another fantastic example of a low raking light. Let me zoom this in. So with a strong light on top, everything looks flush, right? Here at this tip, if I bring a light this way, looks okay. If I bring it this way, boom, look at that shadow that was created right there. Hard to see otherwise. So low raking light angle, your best friend. So I'm drilling all these holes. I'm drilling 3 with a countersink on one side and 4 also with a countersink on the other side. I've marked these with a template, and then I use this automatic punch to create these divots with that template. Anyway, those are kind of hard to see. Most of these drill presses have a light, but that light is from overhead. And so what I do is I shut that dude off. I have just an auxiliary flashlight. This is my 18 volt Makita, and I put it down low. This creates what's called a low raking light angle. And it really accentuates these divots, creates a shadow, much easier to locate, and will go a lot faster. If you're just doing 1 or 2, probably doesn't matter, but I have tons of parts to drill these holes, and that just makes a big difference, quick and easy. And here my vacuum system is a little weak. I have improved that. I have a new YouTube video called Vacuum Hose Holder. I'll leave a link in the description. All right, another low raking light situation. Here you can see this lip or extra material that needs to be removed. And I have tons of these to do, so I needed a quick way to do it. Of course, this little platform that these cradles are sitting on is sort of a dust box, right? And so there's a hose on the bottom of it, and it captures any of the sawdust that the belt sander misses. Although the belt sander has its own hose, this way it just captures nearly almost all of the dust. And you can see the low raking light at the left of the screen there, the flashlight, and it just makes it quick and easy to register those each and every time. Yeah, using low raking light will change the way you work. I use it all the time in all different kinds of applications. I used it to get the surrounding area around my logos flush. Fantastic. Want to check your dovetails for flushness? Yeah, man, take it outside or in the shop. Strong raking light. And these funky drawer fronts I made, they consist of 3 separate pieces with the middle strip cut at an angle so it would be easier to grab inside the pull. And I took it outside to cast a shadow across it. In this shot, I'm not really using a low raking light, but I am using a light source behind the straight edge to check for, well, straightness. So yeah, a strong light is just massively useful in the shop. Now, this is a table that I built years ago, and it developed this weird check. And so it was toward the edge of the table, so I was able to cut a piece out, right? You can see how it's routed out there. And I made it wavy so I could insert this triangle, and wavy so it would just be more natural, of course. Here you can see how it fits, sometimes called a Dutchman's repair. And doing a repair on an edge is fantastic if you can use a triangle because it's easy to clamp or hammer it and make it super tight.
I think it's ready for glue, yeah?
Here's my blooper reel. And you may have noticed it was a long triangle, and that ensures that you have this really gradual taper, which will make a super, super tight fit. So there's still a little bit of pencil right there, right there. That'll disappear with the next grit, but pretty good repair, right? It'll look even better as this all gets flushed up. You can see that point right there, but that kind of looks like grain. Mineral streaking ties in. Of course, this will get flushed up here. Yeah, man, super happy with that. Didn't really show in the video, but I did use a low raking light as I was belt sanding to ensure I didn't have any or create any dips. The repair came out perfect. The customer was happy, and using a low raking light was absolutely instrumental in making that happen. Here you'll be able to see how I'm using the light reflected from off the ceiling, my LED lights, to check that there are no gaps surrounding that inlay or repair. Beautiful, came out flawless. And here I'm using a low raking light, but not as you would expect. I'm not using it as I'm sanding, but rather to check the progress, to check for any scratches on the ends of these vise wedges. Now I have really good LED lighting in my shop, but again, you need that low raking light to find all those flaws. And another perfect use of a low raking light, you can see this little bit of a lip that's sticking out. That shadow accentuates that. Let's get that flush. All right, let me set that down. I can't really do that one-handed. Not very effective anyway. All right, let's see how we did. Well, that was a waste of time. It needs a little more, right? But you get the point. It's perfect for checking on adjacent areas or maybe glue left behind. Here you can see just a tad of this veneer, just slightly proud. So easy to spot with a low raking light. These two contrasting veneers, one is oak, one is Wingate, they were similar in thickness. They looked really close until you put a low raking light, and then you can actually see that shadow there, right? You can actually see a little bit of glue there and actually the track from the bearing from the flush cut. I know I rave about it a lot, but it is a phenomenal tool. There's the finished piece, and I absolutely hope you got some use out of this. And as always, thanks a ton for watching.